Scrolling through Twitter yesterday, I saw this video from Cam Magruder, who makes a bunch of fan parody videos, and this one's about the Cavs. I thought it encapsulated how the entire Cleveland fan base feels after that Knicks loss. We'll spend 2 minutes reacting to that. We're going to play it, and then we'll talk about the Celtics possibly being the first team to ever come back from a 3-0 hole in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, Steve, I'm going to hit the play on the video. Y'all enjoy. This is pretty funny.
Knicks were such a bad matchup for us. We should have never cut Kevin Love. I actually thought we had a chance after game 2. It's almost like a veteran presence would have helped us in the playoffs. Imagine if LeBron plays Kevin Love in the finals. Donovan Mitchell wants to go to New York. Ain't no way this man about to pull a KD. We're not trading Donovan Mitchell. He just got here. Relax. We really got rid of Kevin Love for nothing. If you look at the 2019 draft, Darius Garland's the best player. I like Evan Mobley. He's just so raw still. Once Evan Mobley gets some more playoff experience, he's gonna be a beast. Mobley shut down Julius Randle all series. Evan Mobley's the youngest player ever to get NBA All-Defensive First Team. How haven't we fired JB yet? I'm glad Mike Brown won Coach of the Year. I don't get the JB hate. He's still so young. We need shooters. I need Jared Allen to get some offensive moves. We were not a better team before the Donovan Mitchell trade. What are you talking about? We probably would have made the playoffs even if we didn't do the trade. There's so many good coaches out there. It's not a coaching issue. It's a roster issue. We couldn't buy a bucket after game 2. We have no depth because of the Donovan Mitchell trade. I would never let someone know the lights were too bright for me. I have more post moves than Jared Allen. If Kevin Love never got injured this year, we'll look so different. Robin Lopez sucks. We need some backup center. It's a coaching and roster issue. I can't believe we lost like this, man. We would have had home court advantage. Where was Lamar Stevens this series? Give Okoro some time to develop. We're not trading. If I see Jalen Brunson buck his head back one more time, I'm gonna slap someone. No one is off limits except Darius Garland and Mobley. We really won 51 games just to lose 4-1 in the playoffs? We gotta figure something out. It was a wasted season, man. Rest in peace, Nick Gilbert. We got the talent. We just gotta put it together. There's always next season, right?
I saw that. I thought it was pretty funny. Give
brilliant.
a second to react here, and then we'll talk a little Eastern Conference Finals.
I thought it was dead on. I said every one of the things that he said in that video at least twice. At least twice.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, he's got his finger on the pulse of Cavs fans.
I feel the same way.
Is he a local guy? Is he
He's a national guy.
He's national. He does stuff for Cowboys.
Yeah.
Any team. He does like those kind of fan parodies.
That was really good.
Yeah,
for not being someone embedded.
Who's the woman that does the NFL videos?
That's Annie Ager.
Yeah.
Who tried to
Annie
get
Ager.
on,
Yeah.
and
We couldn't get her? She's too big for us?
Big time. We
Wow.
talked to Steve Becker, but we got the hard denial on that.
I'm really disappointed in that. I thought for sure we could have got her on. Yeah, he's really good and funny, and everything he said, I know. You know, it's the knee-jerk statements, but when you put them all together like that pretty much encapsulates the whole season. The Kevin Love. We traded Kevin Love. We got rid of Kevin Love for nothing. And now he's
good.
one win away from
the
NBA Finals, which, by the way, is proving a little more difficult than we thought it might. Do we have time to talk about the Celtics?
We do. We have 9 minutes before we have a special top 5 to finish the show.
Okay, yeah, we got to do the top 5
We
today.
got to do the top 5, but
Are the Celtics going to pull this off?
Miami better win this tonight. This is Miami.
I agree. If Miami loses Game 6, there's no way the Celtics aren't going to the NBA Finals.
I don't think they're going to pull it off. I don't think they got it in them.
The Celtics?
I don't think the Celtics got it in them.
Really?
I think the Celtics are a mentally weak team. I think they're a very talented team, but mental toughness to me plus talent makes you elite or a great team. I think Jayson Tatum disappears too much. I think Jaylen Brown disappears too much. We sit here, we use that term him a lot, right?
Yeah.
Everybody will be on social media talking about Jayson Tatum as him because he can go get 50. Everybody talk about Jaylen Brown as him, and together, like, you know, they have this elite core. And I think we got to be careful with classifying certain guys as him. I can tell you who is him, Jay. Jimmy Butler is him. Jokic is him. Giannis is him. LeBron is him. Steph Curry is him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, like the Devin Bookers, the Donovan Mitchells, even though people don't want to admit it, the Jayson Tatums, the Jaylen Browns, they are very, very good players.
Derek White was him last night.
Yeah, but it just seemed like, man, when you're that talented of a team and you're that inconsistent, to me, it screams that you're not mentally focused and you're not mentally tough. And I can't trust you to win 4 games in a row knowing that those inconsistencies have shown.
That's a very valid point.
Have shown all season long.
Jay, I'm of the mindset that when a team figures something out in a series, that now it's all in Miami's court. Now you have to adjust.
Yeah.
And they didn't through last night, but I have confidence that Spoelstra, Pat Riley, and the brain trust there will figure it out for tonight. This is their Game 7, though. I believe it.
It's not tonight. Just what we kept saying.
Sunday.
Tonight.
It's Sunday.
Later in the weekend, not tonight.
Jaylen Brown said Don't let us win another one.
Yeah.
And I think I think Game 6 is Game 7 because you're not beating Boston in Boston for a Game 7. But I do think that Miami can figure this thing out. I think they've got the right people there to do it.
Miami's a terrible home crowd. That's one thing that concerns. It's a terrible arena.
Right.
Now, in fairness, I've never been there for a playoff game, but just in general, that when you think of like raucous arenas to go walk into, Miami ain't in the top 10.
Right.
So that plays to Boston's advantage a little bit because crowds 100% make a difference in settings like this.
Right.
Boston has the better roster. I agree with you. I'd take Butler over anybody else on the floor, but then I would take Boston's 2 through 6, 7.
Their depth is incredible.
Yeah. But coaching, I would side with Miami, and that 100% matters.
They had 4 guys over
too.
20 last night.
Yeah, they did.
So
Yeah, they did.
this is hard for me. I go back. I didn't get to see the game last night. I was busy doing other things, so I didn't get to watch that, and I haven't seen very many of the highlights.
I don't think it was ever really a game.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll go back to 2016 in the Cavs, and I think I've shared a little bit about this before when they went up 3-1. And I remember talking to Kevin Love in the locker room and said, if you can get 5, there's no way you're losing 6 at home. And he said, no chance. And they blew the Warriors out in Game 6 at home.
Right.
They smoked them. And I said, I'll take my chances with that mother bleeper in a Game 7 over everybody else on the floor. And Kevin said, absolutely. So it came down to winning that Game 5. And when Steph threw his mouth guard at the end of 6, I told everybody, like,
they're done.
Cavs are winning this. Like, this is happening. The Warriors are unraveling. They never thought that they would be in this position. I think Draymond or someone even said that. We're doing media before Game 7, and one of the Warriors players said, we never imagined that we would have to be here for a Game 7, but here we are. And I thought, well, then you're not going to win. And I just wonder if Miami is in that mindset. At least this one's at home. But I wonder if Miami's in that, man, we never thought we would have to be here up 3-0. We never thought we'd have to be back for a Game 6.
Well, you know, it's interesting you said that because some of the guys said, well, everything we've done has been hard this year.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything the easy way. Going up 3-0 would have been, that's the easy way.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, I think they're looking at this too as this is our chance.
Yep.
We lose this game, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to Boston, you're coming home with an L.
Yep.
I just think that, and they've got to go into this looking at it that way.
just to both of you all's point, I think the next game, this series is over because of everything you just alluded to. I think that the Miami Heat is probably the best coached team in the NBA, and I think that Jimmy Butler is the right leader for this situation. To your point, everything has been tough for them all year. You know, everybody keep throwing out, well, Miami's an 8th seed. Miami is not your normal 8th seed. This is a franchise that's an 8th seed with a legit superstar with a coach that has championship pedigree. This is not your normal 8th seed just coming at you. And so I think with all those being factors, I just don't see them blowing this away because of who their head coach is.
Yeah. So they're not going to they're going to seize the moment, win Game 6, and then go on to lose to Denver in the NBA Finals.
It's hard to bet against Denver.
I'm convinced that Denver's going to win.
I've been on Boston all year. I thought Boston.
I did too.
I thought Boston was going to win a title this year. But, boy, Denver is so – and I didn't watch a ton of Nuggets games this year.
I didn't either in the regular season, but I watched them a lot in the playoffs.
Like, when we get to watch them in the playoffs, I was like, man, this is a really fun team to watch.
I keep telling myself, wow, they are that good.
I watched every game of that Lakers series and thought, like, this team is so much better than I thought. I love Michael Malone. He spent a lot of time here in Cleveland as assistant under Mike. Thrilled for him, happy for him. But they are so much better than I thought they. And I mean, Jamal Murray shot out of his mind.
True.
Yeah, he did.
And some of the shots Jokic was making against the Lakers.
He made the left-footed fallback 3 where they first called it a 2 and then they changed it to a 3.
Just ridiculous.
Like how are you making that shot? Even Anthony Davis was like, what?
Oh, there was a couple times LeBron was like.
I know. Like you can't be.
And I can't even call that skill. Like that's just luck. It really is.
But he does
you know
that.
what though?
Like,
when you do, if you do it once, it's luck. But he's done it a number of times where I'm like, he must practice these fall off one-footed 3-pointers.
He is. I've said it before. If he showed up for a pickup game, he'd be the last dude.
I agree.
At the All-Star game, he was the last dude picked.
And they learned their lesson.
Oh,
that boy be coming from back here with it like he be a quarterback.
You know what drives me crazy though?
That's how I used to shoot, and I can never make shots.
You know how hard it is to do that?
You know drives me crazy is the friggin' Jokic brothers and Patrick Mahomes brothers.
Oh,
it's like,
I know.
sit down and
Stop showing them, number one.
Yeah.
Stop
Y'all
showing
ain't
them.
done nothing.
I know.
Shut up and sit down.
I can't stand
You have
it.
nothing to
But
do
you know
with
what?
what
I
they're
blame
doing.
the networks.
For
Who
giving them
cares?
oxygen.
I don't know if you guys probably don't remember this. Bubby Brister was a quarterback
Oh, the
for the
Steelers
Steelers.
quarterback. His mom and dad.
They showed his parent. Like every quarterback has parents in the stands.
Yeah.
But for some reason, NBC fell in love with Bubby
It
Brister's
was
parents.
the Broncos playoff game, wild card game, I think.
They, like,
I know
had
exactly what you're
Brister
talking about.
parent cam.
Yeah.
After
and
every
mom
throw.
was like this after every hit.
Just
and-
don't stop it.
Yeah.
First of all, it's got to be uncomfortable for them. They don't want to,
Well, the parents probably didn't want to be. The brothers love it.
Yeah, they do love
brothers
it. They love
love
it
it.
way too much, which
Yeah.
is why I think the network should just stop. Put
Totally
a ban
agree.
on it.
Nobody wants to see them.
No, they're not. You're right. They haven't done anything. They're not the story. All these guys have brothers that are at the games. All of them have friends, parents that are at the games. Why they decide to get their teeth into certain players'
Yeah,
parents
I don't
or
know.
friends or brothers, it's really is
a little
annoying.
wild.
It's
While
gotta
we're speaking
stop.
of Jokic real quick, this tweet is the most accurate tweet of Nikola Jokic there ever is in the history of the world. This is from Worldwide Wob. If you guys don't follow, he just tweets about NBA stuff. He's
Panic
got a massive
Walrus.
following. But this is so spot on. It is incredible. And this reminded me of that shot in game 4, game 3, whatever it was, that step back. But if you can't, Jokic will dribble around looking like a panicked walrus on sand before tomahawking some shit over his head, which ends up being wetter than water. It's truly majestic. And I don't know if there's a better way to explain his play style or what he does on a nightly basis
That is perfect.
than that exact tweet.
That is absolutely perfect, because he does. You think he has you right where he wants you when there's 1 second left on the play clock and he's 2 feet behind the 3-point line. Like, here comes the dagger. It's like Steph Curry like.
I remember I've been to multiple Cavs Nuggets games where you look at the end of the game and you look at his line and it's like 38, 16, and 12, and you're like, where the hell did that come from? Like, it didn't even-
This is the mistake I made. I said he's Kevin Love 20 years later when Kevin was in Minnesota, or 15 years later. His Love would gather these numbers because nobody else was doing it. So he was, putting huge numbers up every single night, points, rebounds, and I thought that that's what we had going on here. But he's doing it against the best talent in the
He's
world
so much better.
on the biggest stage, and
Yeah.
Kevin never did that.
No.
The Timberwolves sucked.
No.
And, he was never in that moment. But what he's doing is otherworldly, and I think they got the MVP wrong this year. I do. I think
they
they got the
definitely got it
MVP
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
They definitely got it
He
wrong.
should have been a 3-in-a-row MVP winner.
Go back to game 1. Anthony Davis played lights out, I thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going into the half, and Joker hits this crazy 3,
Yep.
and Anthony Davis just turns around and looks at him like,
He literally did. He looked at him and was like, did you just make that?
so, it's just one of those situations, man. Like, that very great player. I've enjoyed watching him throughout the playoffs. We don't get to see Denver play much, and I totally underestimated how good this team was, the chemistry with this team. They've been together for a while, and so they've really earned everything along the way. And I'm happy to see them get to the finals.
Yeah, I am too. First time in 47-year team history that they've made it to the finals.
I saw an interesting thing the other day about which 15 do the Nuggets retire because Carmelo wore 15.
Yeah, I know.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's got to be Jokic.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, Jokic
Yeah.
is better.
But it's interesting.
I want to see him do it for longer, but I think at his peak, particularly when you looked at how Melo's playoff success was non-existent.
Yeah.
He's been in Denver longer than Melo.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about for the career, though. I still look at Melo's career right now if I'm judging the two players' careers.
It's not even close. Jokic
No,
is
I'm-
better right now.
He's a better player. But
His
what I'm-
career's better right now.
his total career. You're saying
Right
his
now.
total
Yes.
career right
It's
now
not
is
even
better.
close.
I would agree with Mike.
Yeah,
It's not
see,
even
I don't.
close.
I
I
don't
agree
think
with
so.
Mike.
I just need a player to do it for a long time. I don't want a 4-year burn hot stretch. I want more than that.
No, I'm
I
with
just need
Mike.
a little more. Now, my point was he is better right now, than Melo was for any point in his career, and particularly when you look at the lack of playoff success for Melo, like you can't even begin to put him into the discussion. But God, you got to do it for 10, 12 years, don't you?
I think Jokic is better. I take Jokic right now.
If he ended his career right now,
Better career than Carmelo. Yep.
Are we talking NBA or overall basketball career?
NBA.
Okay, NBA, cool, I'll give you that. overall basketball career.
I mean, Carmelo had the title in Syracuse. his
Yeah, but
freshman
he
year.
he got 3 or 4 Olympic medals as well.
I mean,
Yeah, but I look at that like if you could have won an Olympic medal if you'd have taken his spot on those teams.
Fair enough.
that's a great point. That's a great point.
I mean, I'm not really giving him a lot of credence for those. It's not like he carried any team.
They look
to
good
a
on his
gold medal.
resume. They look good on his resume.
No, they look great on his
Get him
resume.
into the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
but-
I mean, anybody goes in the basketball Hall of Fame.
Basketball
We
Hall
I'm
talk
of
still
about
Fame.
that.
looking at Melo. He came in.
Melo played
with
his best
LeBron.
MVP finish ever was 6th. He never finished in the top 5 at
I
MVP.
know, but-
Jokic has been
Two-time
a two-time
winner.
MVP.
How
winner.
many years has Jokic played in the NBA?
10. He was drafted a decade.
Oh, I thought it was 6. I thought it was
no,
6
no,
or
no.
7.
He's been in the league.
This
He's
is
been
his 10th
10
season?
years? That's
yeah,
crazy.
It's been 10 years.
Someone made a point to me the other day, and this is a good point.
Last
you
point,
might
we got to
know.
get the top 5.
Okay.
We got to get top
Someone
5.
said he's a lot closer to the end than we think because European, like the body style that he has, he's not going to be a
And the
LeBron
size.
James.
Right.
He's not
Yeah.
going to be this force of nature
Right.
at 38 in the league.
Right.
Because that body type tends to break down quick and like overnight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was
burn hot
also
while
wrong.
you can get it.
I was wrong. This is his 9th season. I apologize.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
think
his
he'd been
ninth
in
season.
for.
My bad. My
Okay,
bad.
but still.
All right.
Melo had what, 18?
He
19.
didn't play this year, and he played 19, so 18. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
All right. We have a top 5 we have to get to.